The unexpected threat. The vast expanse of the Milky Way galaxy teemed with life, a cosmic tapestry of diverse civilizations spanning countless star systems. For millennia, the major powers of the galaxy had maintained a delicate balance, their influence extending across thousands of worlds. Earth, however, remained a footnote in galactic affairs, isolated on the fringes of known space. To the galactic community, humans were a curiosity at best, a young species taking its first tentative steps beyond its home system. Earth had established a handful of small colonies on nearby planets and moons, but these were seen as inconsequential by the established powers. The Galactic Consortium, a loose alliance of the most advanced civilizations, barely acknowledged humanity's existence. This perception was about to change dramatically. On a quiet Tuesday morning, alarms blared across Earth's orbital defense platforms. Long-range sensors detected a massive fleet of ships dropping out of faster-than-light travel at the edge of the solar system. The fleet's size and composition left no doubt. This was an invasion force. In the United Earth Defense Force, UEDF, headquarters beneath the Rocky Mountains, General Elena Vasquez stared at the holographic display with a mixture of dread and determination. The alien armada outnumbered Earth's defense fleet 10-1. Status report. Vasquez barked, her eyes never leaving the ominous red dots representing the approaching enemy. A young lieutenant's voice cracked as he responded. The alien fleet has breached the Kuiper Belt, ma'am. They'll reach Mars orbit in approximately 6 hours. Vasquez's mind raced. Earth's defenses were formidable by human standards, but against this level of firepower, they wouldn't last an hour. She had hoped this day would never come, but now that it had, there was only one option. "Get me the president," she ordered. "It's time to wake the giant." In the Oval Office, President Aidan Chen received the news with grim resolve. He had been briefed on the existence of humanity's ultimate deterrent when he took office, but like his predecessors, he had prayed it would never be necessary. "You're certain, General?" Chen asked, his voice heavy with the weight of the decision before him. "Yes, Mr. President. It's our only chance." Chen closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and gave the order that would change the course of human history. Initiate Project Prometheus. Deep beneath the surface of Charon, Pluto's largest moon, a facility unknown to all, but a handful of Earth's top military and political leaders hummed to life. In a cavernous hangar, crews scrambled around a massive shape shrouded in darkness. Warning klaxons echoed through the chamber as the roof began to part, revealing the inky blackness of space. Aboard the Janskar flagship, Supreme Commander Vexlor watched with anticipation as his fleet approached the human home system. The Janskar Imperium had long viewed Earth as a potential threat, a young species advancing too quickly for comfort. This preemptive strike would ensure Janskar dominance for generations to come. Supreme Commander, his second-in-command, reported, "We're detecting unusual energy readings from one of this system's outer moons." Vexler's mandibles clicked in irritation. "Probably some primitive defense system. It will make no difference." But as the words left his mouth, proximity alarms screamed across the bridge. A massive object had appeared seemingly out of nowhere, directly in the path of the Janskar fleet. On Earth, in homes and offices, on streets and in bunkers, humans watched their view screens with a mixture of fear and hope. The broadcast was being transmitted across every available frequency, and a single sentence scrolled across the bottom of every screen. "Project Prometheus activated. May God have mercy on our souls." In space, the object resolved into a ship of impossible proportions. Nearly 5 kilometers from bow to stern, its sleek lines belied its enormous mass. Along its hull, strange patterns pulsed with an eerie blue light. This was the EFS Prometheus, Earth's secret dreadnought, the culmination of decades of reverse-engineered alien technology and human ingenuity. Aboard the Prometheus, Captain Zara Harper felt the deck vibrate beneath her feet as the ship's systems came fully online. She had trained for this moment her entire career, But the reality of facing an alien armada was far more terrifying than any simulation. "All stations, report in," she commanded, her voice steady despite the adrenaline coursing through her veins. One by one, her crew confirmed their readiness. Weapons, propulsion, shields, all systems were operating at peak efficiency. The Prometheus might be outnumbered, but it was far from outgunned. "Open a channel to the alien fleet," Harper ordered. The communications officer nodded, and Harper took a deep breath before speaking. "This is Captain Zara Harper of the Earth Fleet ship Prometheus. You have entered Earth-controlled space with hostile intent. Withdraw immediately, or we will be forced to defend ourselves." For a long moment, there was no response. Then, a harsh, guttural voice filled the bridge. "This is Supreme Commander Vexlor of the Janskar Imperium. Your primitive species has no place among the stars. Surrender now, and we may spare your homeworld from complete annihilation." Harper's eyes narrowed. "I'm afraid that won't be possible, Commander. You see, humanity has no intention of surrendering. Not now, not ever." With that, she cut the transmission and turned to her weapons officer. "Target their lead ships. Let's show them what humanity is capable of." The Prometheus's main cannon, a marvel of human and alien technology, began to charge. Along the ship's hull, the strange patterns flared brightly, channeling energy on a scale never before achieved by human engineering. In the Janskar fleet, confusion reigned. Their sensors couldn't penetrate the Prometheus's defenses, and the energy readings they were detecting defied their understanding of physics. Vexlor, his earlier confidence shaken, barked orders to his fleet. "Destroy that ship. All vessels, open fire." But before the Janskar could launch their assault, the Prometheus struck. A lance of blindingly bright energy erupted from the human Dreadnought, slicing through the void and impacting the Janskar flagship. The alien vessel's shields flared and failed in an instant, and the beam continued through, cutting the massive ship in two. As the broken halves of the Janskar flagship drifted apart, secondary explosions blossoming along its hull, stunned silence fell across both fleets. In a single shot, the Prometheus had destroyed the most powerful warship in the known galaxy. The battle that followed would be remembered for generations as the moment humanity announced its presence on the galactic stage. The Prometheus moved with a grace that belied its size, its advanced point defense systems swatting down incoming fire while its main cannon wrought havoc among the Janskar fleet. Vexlor, who had barely escaped the destruction of his flagship, watched in horror as ship after ship fell to the human Dreadnought. "Impossible," he muttered, mandibles quivering. They were supposed to be primitives. As the remnants of the once mighty armada flooded into the depths of space, Captain Harper allowed herself a small smile. "Send word to Earth," she ordered. "The Janskar fleet has been repelled. We are secure." Across Earth, cheers erupted as news of the victory spread. Humanity had faced its first true extraterrestrial threat and emerged triumphant. But in the halls of power, leaders knew that this was only the beginning. The galaxy now knew of Earth's strength, and the repercussions would echo across the stars. As the Prometheus took up a defensive position above Earth, its hull still thrumming with power, Captain Harper gazed at the blue-green orb of her home. "Well done, everyone," she said to her crew. "But stay alert. Something tells me our adventures are just beginning." In the vast tapestry of the galaxy, a new thread had been woven, bright, bold, and undeniably human. The age of Earth's isolation was over. The era of humanity's ascension had begun. The Dreadnought unveiled. The days following the Janskar defeat were a whirlwind of activity both on Earth and aboard the Prometheus. As the Dreadnought maintained its vigilant watch over the planet, its very existence sent shockwaves through the galactic community. Captain Zara Harper stood on the Prometheus's observation deck, watching as a delegation of Earth's leaders approached in a sleek shuttle. The ship's AI, Advanced Responsive Intelligence Assistant, spoke through the room's speakers. "Captain, the Earth delegation will dock in approximately 5 minutes. Also, we're detecting increased chatter among the galactic communication channels. It seems news of our existence is spreading rapidly. Harper nodded, her reflection grim in the reinforced glass. Thank you, Araya. It was only a matter of time. Prepare a full briefing on our current tactical and strategic position. As the Earth delegation boarded, led by President Chen and General Vasquez, Harper couldn't help but feel the weight of responsibility on her shoulders. The Prometheus wasn't just a ship, it was the culmination of humanity's hopes and fears, a testament to their determination to survive in a universe they now knew was far more dangerous than they had imagined. The delegation gathered in the ship's conference room, an air of nervous excitement palpable among them. President Chen spoke first, his voice filled with a mixture of awe and concern. Captain Harper, on behalf of humanity, I thank you and your crew for your service. You've saved our planet. He paused, his expression growing serious. But now we face a new challenge. The galaxy knows we're here, and they know we're powerful. We need to understand our position and plan our next move carefully. Harper nodded, gesturing to the holographic display at the center of the table. Araya, begin the briefing. The AI's calm voice filled the room as a 3D map of the galaxy materialized, various regions highlighted in different colors. The known galaxy is divided into several major power blocks, Araya explained. The Janskar Imperium, which we recently encountered, controls this region in red. They're known for their aggressive expansion and military prowess. The map shifted, highlighting other areas. The blue region represents the Arcadian Confederation, a loose alliance of scientifically advanced species. The green is the Sylvan Collective, a group of biologically diverse worlds united by their commitment to environmental preservation. The yellow denotes the free trade zones, neutral areas where commerce is the driving force. General Vasquez leaned forward, her eyes narrowed. And where do we fit into all this? Araya zoomed in on a tiny dot on the edge of the map. This is us. Until now, we've been considered inconsequential, outside the sphere of galactic politics. President Chen rubbed his temples. Not anymore, I'd wager. Captain Harper, what's your assessment of our current situation? Harper took a deep breath. Mr. President, we've essentially announced our presence with a supernova. The Janskar won't forget this defeat, and the other powers won't ignore our sudden appearance on the galactic stage. We need to be prepared for both diplomatic overtures and potential threats. As if on cue, ARI interrupted. Captain, we're receiving transmission requests from multiple sources. It appears representatives from the Arcadian Confederation and the Sylvan Collective are requesting to open diplomatic channels. The room fell silent as the implications sank in. Humanity was about to enter the galactic political arena, ready or not. President Chen straightened his shoulders. Well, we can't keep them waiting. Captain Harper, as the commander of our most advanced ship and the hero of our first interstellar battle, I want you to lead these initial discussions. Harper's eyes widened. Sir, I'm a military officer, not a diplomat. Chen smiled wryly. Today, Captain, you're whatever Earth needs you to be. General Vasquez will assist you, and we'll have our best diplomatic advisors supporting you remotely from Earth. As the delegation prepared for the unprecedented first contact, Araya alerted them to another development. Captain, long-range sensors have detected a Janskar scout ship observing us from just outside the solar system. Harper's jaw tightened. They're assessing us, trying to understand how we defeated them. Araya, keep a close eye on that ship, but don't engage unless they make any aggressive moves. The next few hours were a blur of activity. Harper and Vasquez, supported by Earth's hastily assembled diplomatic corps, engaged in careful conversations with representatives from the Arcadian Confederation and the Sylvan Collective. The aliens, appearing on holographic displays, were a striking reminder of the diversity of life in the galaxy. The Arcadian representative, a being of pure energy contained within a humanoid-shaped field, spoke in a voice that seemed to resonate from everywhere at once. We watched your encounter with the Janskar, with great interest. Your species has advanced far more quickly than we anticipated. We are curious about your capabilities. Harper chose her words carefully. We appreciate your interest. Humanity has always been driven to explore and understand the universe around us. We hope we can establish peaceful relations with your confederation. The Sylvan representative, a plant-like entity with shimmering, leaf-like appendages, chimed in. We too seek peace, but we must know. Does your impressive technology pose a threat to the delicate ecosystems of our worlds? General Vasquez stepped in. Our advancement has taught us the importance of preserving our environment. We would welcome the opportunity to learn from your expertise in this area. As the discussions continued, it became clear that while there was genuine interest in diplomatic relations, there was also an undercurrent of wary calculation. Earth's sudden rise to prominence had upset the galactic balance of power, and every faction was trying to determine how to best position themselves in this new paradigm. Meanwhile, in the depths of John Scar space, Supreme Commander Vexlor faced the Imperial Council. The massive chamber, carved from a single asteroid, was filled with the Empire's most powerful leaders. Their compound eyes gleamed with barely contained fury. Explain yourself, Vexlor, the Empress hissed, her mandibles clicking in agitation. How did a supposedly primitive species defeat our most powerful fleet? Vexlor fought to keep his posture steady. Your Imperial Majesty, the humans have deceived us all. They possess technology far beyond our intelligence estimates. A single ship, a dreadnought of unprecedented power, was able to repel our entire invasion force. Murmurs of disbelief and outrage rippled through the council. The Empress's eyes narrowed. This defeat cannot stand. Our empire has not endured for millennia by allowing upstart species to challenge our dominion. A younger counselor spoke up, his carapace still gleaming with the sheen of recent molting. Perhaps we should seek an alliance with these humans. Their technology could greatly benefit our. He was cut off by the Empress's sharp gesture. Silence. The Janskar do not ally with inferior species. We conquer them. She turned back to Vexlor. You will find a way to neutralize this human weapon, Commander. Fail, and your life is forfeit. Succeed, and you will lead our forces in the subjugation of Earth. Vexlor bowed low, relief and determination warring within him. It will be done, Your Majesty. The humans have revealed their strength, but in doing so, they have also revealed their weakness. We will strike at the heart of their power, this dreadnought, and crush their resistance once and for all. As Vexlor left the council chamber, his mind raced with possibilities. The humans had surprised them once, but the Janskar were nothing if not adaptable. They would learn, they would evolve, and they would return stronger than ever. Back on the Prometheus, as the initial round of diplomatic talks concluded, Captain Harper felt a mix of exhaustion and exhilaration. They had taken their first steps onto the galactic stage, and while the path ahead was uncertain, there was a sense of infinite possibility. General Vasquez approached her, a rare smile on her usually stern face. You did well, Captain. I think we've managed to buy ourselves some time and potentially some allies. Harper nodded, but her eyes were drawn to the tactical display, where the blip representing the Janskar scout ship still lingered at the edge of the solar system. We've won the first battle, General, but I fear the war is just beginning. The Janskar won't take this defeat lightly, and we've painted a target on our backs for every opportunistic power in the galaxy. Vasquez's smile faded, replaced by a look of grim determination. Then we better make sure we're ready for whatever comes next. The Prometheus may have saved us today, but we'll need more than one ship to secure our place among the stars. As if echoing the general's words, Aria's voice came over the speakers. Captain, I've detected unusual energy signatures from multiple points at the edge of our solar system. It appears we may have more unannounced visitors. Harper straightened, fatigue forgotten as adrenaline surged through her veins. Red alert. All hands to battle stations. It looks like the galaxy isn't done with us yet. As klaxons blared throughout the ship, Harper couldn't help but feel a mix of fear and excitement. Humanity had stepped onto a much larger stage, and the next act of their cosmic drama was about to begin. Whatever challenges lay ahead, she knew one thing for certain. The human spirit that had driven them to create the Prometheus would see them through. The stars had once seemed out of reach, but now they were humanity's new frontier, full of both peril and promise. Diplomatic tensions and covert operations. The following weeks were a whirlwind of diplomatic activity and covert maneuvering. Earth's sudden emergence as a galactic power had sent ripples through the established order, and every major faction was scrambling to adjust their strategies. On board the Prometheus, now stationed in high Earth orbit, Captain Zara Harper found herself thrust into the role of impromptu diplomat. The ship's conference room had become a hub of intergalactic negotiations, with holographic representatives from various alien species flickering in and out of existence as talks progressed. The Arcadian Confederation extends an offer of technological exchange. The energy being representing the Arcadians hummed. We are particularly interested in the principles behind your Dreadnought's main cannon. Before Harper could respond, the plant-like Sylvan representative interjected, its leaf-like appendages shimmering with agitation. We must object. Such weapons technology could destabilize the entire sector. Instead, we propose a joint ecological preservation initiative. Harper held up a hand, her voice calm but firm. We appreciate both offers, but Earth's policy is clear. We will not share military technology, nor will we enter into exclusive agreements at this time. Our goal is peaceful coexistence and mutual benefit for all species. As the aliens argued amongst themselves, Harper felt a headache building. She was a soldier, not a politician, and the constant diplomatic dance was wearing on her. But she knew the importance of these talks. Every word, every gesture could have far-reaching consequences for humanity's future. Meanwhile, in a secure underground facility beneath Geneva, General Elena Vasquez oversaw the expansion of Earth's defenses. Holographic displays showed the progress of new orbital platforms and the construction of additional ships based on the Prometheus's technology. How soon until the first new vessel is operational? Vasquez asked, her eyes never leaving the displays. A young engineer, his uniform crisp despite the long hours, answered, The EFSS Athena will be ready for her shakedown cruise in 3 months, General. The others will follow at 2-month intervals. Vasquez nodded, a grim smile on her face. Good. We caught the galaxy by surprise once. We can't count on that advantage again. As Earth prepared, other forces were moving in the shadows. In a nondescript bar on a free trade zone space station, a hooded figure sat in a dark corner, waiting. The bar was a haven for smugglers, mercenaries, and spies from a dozen species, all drawn by the promise of anonymity and the flow of illicit information. A tall, slender alien with iridescent scales slid into the seat across from the hooded figure. You're a long way from home, Janskar, the alien hissed, its forked tongue flicking out to taste the air. The hood shifted, revealing the compound eyes and mandibles of a Janskar operative. Information is worth the risk. Shrek, what have you learned about the human Dreadnought? Shrek's scales rippled in what might have been amusement. Ah, the Prometheus. It's caused quite a stir. My sources say it's not just a weapon, but a testbed for dozens of experimental technologies. Quantum shields, dark energy taps, even rumors of primitive AI integration. The Janskar leaned forward, mandibles clicking in excitement. And its weaknesses. Now that, Shrek purred, will cost extra. As credits changed hands and whispered secrets were exchanged, the fate of galaxies hung in the balance. Back on the Prometheus, Araya's calm voice broke through Harper's concentration during a rare moment of quiet. Captain, I've detected an anomaly in our long-range sensor data. It appears someone is probing our defenses. Harper's fatigue vanished instantly. Show me. A holographic display materialized, showing the space around Earth. Tiny pinpricks of light indicated the locations of the probing signals. The signals are highly encrypted and designed to mimic background radiation, Ariad explained. If not for my quantum detection algorithms, they would have gone unnoticed. Harper's eyes narrowed. Can you trace their origin? Negative, Captain. The signals are bouncing through multiple relay points. However, based on the encryption patterns, I calculate a 73% probability that they are of Janskar origin. Harper's jaw clenched. The Janskar hadn't forgotten their defeat. They were planning something, and humanity needed to be ready. RIA. Compile all the data and send it to Earth Defense Command. Then run a full diagnostic of all our systems. If they're probing for weaknesses, I want to make damn sure they don't find any. As the Prometheus hummed with activity, preparing for potential threats, a new crisis was unfolding on one of Earth's fledgling colonies. On Novaterra, Earth's most distant outpost, Dr. Aisha Patel stared in horror at the readings on her tablet. The planet's ecosystem, carefully terraformed over decades, was showing signs of rapid degradation. "This is impossible," she muttered, rechecking the data. "The atmospheric processors can't be failing already." But as alarms began to blare across the colony dome, the truth became undeniable. Novaterra's artificial atmosphere was collapsing, and with it, the dreams of thousands of colonists. As emergency messages raced across space towards Earth, no one realized that this was no natural disaster. In the shadows of Novaterra's mountains, hidden from human sensors, a Sylvan stealth ship hovered. Inside, the ship's commander watched the colony's growing panic with cold satisfaction. The humans must learn. The commander's thoughts rippled through the ship's telepathic network. Their expansion threatens the natural order. This demonstration will show them the folly of their ways. The Sylvan ship's sensors detected the distress calls racing towards Earth. Soon, the humans would come to investigate. By then, the Sylvan operatives would be long gone, leaving behind only questions and a colony fighting for survival. As these events unfolded, Captain Harper received an urgent transmission from Earth Command. Her face paled as she listened to the report of Novaterra's crisis. "ARIA, plot a course for Novaterra. Maximum speed," she ordered, her voice tight with concern. "And send word to Earth. We may need additional support out there." As the Prometheus prepared to jump to faster-than-light speed, Harper couldn't shake the feeling that this was more than just a technical malfunction. The timing was too convenient, the failure too sudden. "Message from Earth Command," Captain Ariya announced. "They're dispatching the Athena to rendezvous with us at Novaterra. It will be the ship's first official mission." Harper nodded grimly. "Let's hope she's ready for this. Something tells me we're about to face a challenge unlike anything we've encountered before." As the Prometheus vanished into FTL, leaving Earth behind, the complex web of galactic politics, hidden agendas, and looming threats continued to weave itself around humanity's future. The Janskar plotted their revenge, the Sylvans pursued their secret agenda, and other, yet unseen players moved their pieces on the cosmic chessboard. Earth had stepped onto the galactic stage, but the real drama was only beginning to unfold. As Captain Harper and her crew raced to save Novaterra, they were unwittingly hurtling towards a confrontation that would shape the destiny of not just humanity, but the entire galaxy. The stars themselves seemed to hold their breath, waiting to see how this new species would fare in the crucible of interstellar politics and warfare. Humanity had proven its strength, but now it would need to prove its wisdom, its adaptability, and its right to stand among the ancient civilizations of the cosmos. As the Prometheus streaked through the void, Captain Harper stood on the bridge, her eyes fixed on the viewscreen showing the blur of stars rushing past. She knew that whatever they found at Novaterra, it would be just the beginning of a much larger story. Humanity's journey among the stars had truly begun, and there would be no turning back. The grand strategy. The Prometheus dropped out of FTL on the outskirts of the Novaterra system, the ship's hull still humming from the stresses of faster-than-light travel. Captain Harper's eyes scanned the main view screen, taking in the sight of the distant planet, a blue-green jewel against the backdrop of space. ARIA. Status report. Harper commanded, her voice tense. The AI's calm tones filled the bridge. Novaterra's atmospheric degradation has accelerated, Captain. Oxygen levels are down to 67% of normal. The colony's emergency systems are holding for now, but they're approaching critical failure. Harper's jaw clenched. Any sign of the Athena? Negative, Captain. However, I'm detecting an unknown ship on the far side of the planet. It doesn't match any known configurations in our database. Before Harper could respond, a new voice cut in. Captain, this is Dr. Petal from Novaterra Colony. Thank God you're here. We're barely holding on. Dr. Patel, this is Captain Harper. We're here to help. Can you give us a sitrep? As Patel began detailing the colony's dire situation, ARIA interrupted. Captain, the unknown ship is moving. It appears to be on an intercept course. Harper's mind raced. They needed to save the colony, but they couldn't ignore a potential threat. ARIA, maintain channel with Dr. Patel. Tactical, keep weapons hot, but don't target unless I give the order. Let's see what we're dealing with. The unknown ship approached rapidly, its sleek design unlike anything in Earth's records. As it drew closer, a transmission came through. Prometheus, this is Captain Zaravex of the Sylvan collective ship Gaia's Whisper. We detected the distress call and came to offer assistance. Harper's eyes narrowed. The timing was too convenient. Captain Zaravex, we appreciate your offer. However, this is an internal Earth matter. Please maintain your current distance. There was a pause before the Sylvan captain responded, her voice tinged with what sounded like amusement. Of course, Captain Harper. We wouldn't dream of interfering in Earth's affairs. We'll stand by in case you require additional support. As the communication ended, Harper turned to her science officer. I want every scan we can manage on that ship. Something doesn't feel right. Hours passed as the Prometheus's crew worked tirelessly to stabilize Novaterra's atmosphere. The Gaia's Whisper maintained its position, ostensibly observing but setting everyone on edge. Just as they seemed to be making progress, Aria's voice cut through the tension. Captain, the Athena has arrived in system. They're hailing us. The view screen flickered to life, showing the bridge of Earth's newest warship. Captain Miguel Rodriguez, a veteran of Earth's pre-contact Space Force, nodded in greeting. Captain Harper, Athena reporting as ordered. What's the situation? Harper quickly brought Rodriguez up to speed, including her suspicions about the Sylvan ship. Rodriguez's expression darkened. I don't like it. This smells like a setup. Before Harper could respond, alarms blared across both ships. Aria's voice was urgent. Multiple ships dropping out of FTL. Signatures match Janskar warships. The space around Novaterra erupted into chaos. A dozen Janskar ships materialized, their weapons already charging. The Gaia's Whisper suddenly accelerated, moving to flank the Earth vessels. Harper's training took over. Battle stations. Athena, form up on our starboard side. Aria, get me a channel to the Janskar flagship. The main view screen flickered, revealing the insectoid features of Supreme Commander Vexlor. Ah, Captain Harper, how kind of you to deliver your precious Dreadnought right into our grass. Harper's eyes blazed with fury. This is a human colony, Vexlor. Your presence here is an act of war. Vexlor's mandibles clicked in what might have been laughter. War? My dear Captain, this is merely pest control. Your species has overreached, and now you will learn your place in the galactic order. As Vexlor's image vanished, replaced by the tactical display showing the approaching enemy fleet, Harper's mind raced. They were outnumbered, and with the colony in crisis, their options were limited. Captain, Aria interjected, I've completed my analysis of the Sylvan ship. There are trace elements in its exhaust consistent with the atmospheric degradation on Novaterra. Probability of their involvement, 94.3%. The pieces clicked into place. It was a trap, Harper breathed. The Sylvans and John Scar are working together. Captain Rodriguez's voice crackled over the comm. Orders, Captain Harper. Harper's eyes hardened with determination. Earth might be new to the galactic stage, but they wouldn't go down without a fight. Protect the colony at all costs. Area. Execute Battle Plan Omega. Let's show them what humanity is really capable of. As the Prometheus and Athena moved into formation, their advanced shields shimmering to life, Harper opened a channel to Novaterra. Dr. Patel, this is Captain Harper. Lock down all essential systems and prepare for emergency evacuation. We'll buy you as much time as we can. The space around Novaterra erupted into a furious battle. The Prometheus's main cannon lashed out, cleaving the Janskar cruiser in two. The Athena proved its worth, its maneuvering capabilities allowing it to dance between enemy fire while delivering precision strikes. But the Janskar numbers were overwhelming, and the Sylvan ship's advanced technology was proving a significant threat. As the battle raged, Harper realized they needed a game-changer. "Area," she called out, ducking as a nearby console exploded in a shower of sparks. "Initiate Protocol Lazarus." "Captain," Area responded, a note of concern in its synthetic voice. "Protocol Lazarus is untested. The risks are less than the risk of losing this colony and Earth's only 2 advanced warships," Harper cut in. "Do it." Deep within the Prometheus, systems that had lain dormant since the ship's creation hummed to life. The strange patterns along the hull began to pulse with an otherworldly light. Suddenly, space itself seemed to warp around the Prometheus. Energy tendrils lashed out, enveloping nearby Janskar ships. Where they touched, matter simply ceased to exist, leaving behind eerie voids in the shape of ship fragments. On the Janskar flagship, Vexilor watched in horror as his fleet was decimated by power beyond his comprehension. "What is this sorcery?" he hissed. The Sylvan ship, seeing the tide of battle turn, attempted to flee. But the Athena was ready, unleashing a barrage that crippled the alien vessel's engines. As the remaining Janskar ships retreated in disarray, Harper allowed herself a moment of relief. But she knew this was only the beginning. Area. Status of Novaterra. Atmospheric stabilization is at 89% and climbing, Captain. The colony is safe for now. Harper nodded, then opened a channel to Earth. "Command, this is Captain Harper. The immediate threat has been neutralized, but we've confirmed collusion between the Janskar and elements of the Sylvan Collective. Request immediate diplomatic intervention and increased military presence in all Earth-controlled systems." As she ended the transmission, Harper gazed out at the starfield, now littered with the debris of battle. They had won this fight, but the war for humanity's place in the galaxy was far from over. The activation of Protocol Lazarus had changed everything. Earth now possessed power that could reshape the balance of the entire galaxy. The question was, were they ready for the responsibility and the danger that came with it? As the Prometheus and Athena began rescue and repair operations, Captain Harper knew that the eyes of the galaxy were upon them. Humanity's next moves would determine not just their own fate, but potentially the fate of all sentient life. The grand strategy was no longer about mere survival. It was about shaping the future of the cosmos itself. A new galactic order. In the weeks following the Battle of Novaterra, the galaxy held its collective breath. News of the Prometheus's otherworldly display of power spread like wildfire across interstellar communications networks. Humanity, once dismissed as a nascent species, was now viewed with a mixture of fear, awe, and intense curiosity. On Earth, the United Earth government convened an emergency session to determine their next steps. The chamber was filled with a tense energy as representatives from every nation debated the path forward. President Chen stood at the podium, his face etched with the weight of responsibility. "We stand at a crossroads," he began, his voice echoing through the hall. "The power we now wield could secure humanity's future among the stars or lead us down a path of destruction. We must choose wisely. In orbit above, the Prometheus underwent extensive repairs and analysis. Captain Harper, summoned to Earth for debriefing, stood before a panel of military and scientific experts, explaining the events that had transpired. "Protocol Lazarus," she said, her voice steady despite her fatigue, "appears to manipulate the fundamental forces of the universe in ways we don't yet fully understand. It's more than a weapon. It's a key to reshaping reality itself." The implications hung heavy in the air. One of the scientists, a Nobel laureate in quantum physics, leaned forward. "Captain, do you believe we can control this power?" Harper met his gaze unflinchingly. "I believe we must learn to, Doctor. Because if we don't, someone else will." As Earth grappled with its new position, the galactic political landscape shifted dramatically. The Janskar Imperium, its military might shattered and its pride wounded, faced internal strife. Reports of uprisings on subjugated worlds filtered through intelligence channels. Supreme Commander Vexilor, once the epitome of Janskar military prowess, found himself fighting for his life before the Imperial Council. "You have failed us, Vexilor," the Empress hissed, her compound eyes glittering with malice. "Your incompetence has brought our empire to the brink of collapse." Vexilor, his once proud posture now hunched with desperation, pleaded, "Your Majesty, the humans possess power beyond our understanding. We must sue for peace, form an alliance." "Silence," the Empress roared. "The Janskar do not bow to lesser species. If we cannot conquer them, we will destroy them, even if it means our own destruction." As Vexilor was dragged away, the Empress turned to her advisors. "Initiate the Omega Protocol. It's time we reminded the galaxy of the true meaning of fear." Meanwhile, in the hidden groves of the Sylvan homeworld, the Collective's Elder Council convened an emergency session. The revelation of their complicity in the Novaterra attack had shattered the Sylvans' carefully cultivated image of benevolent conservationists. "We must make amends," one elder argued, her leaf-like appendages shimmering with emotion. "Offer our technology, our knowledge, to help the humans stabilize their terraforming efforts." Another elder, his bark gnarled with age, countered, "And risk them using our own advancements against us. No, we must find a way to neutralize this new human weapon before it's too late." As debates raged across the galaxy, Earth made its move. In a historic broadcast, President Chen addressed not just humanity, but all sentient species across known space. "To all those who can hear my words," he began, his image transmitted across countless light years, "I speak on behalf of humanity. We have emerged onto the galactic stage in a time of turmoil and conflict, but we come not as conquerors, nor as supplicants. We come as equals, seeking a new way forward." He paused, letting his words sink in. "The power we now possess is not a weapon to be feared, but a tool to forge a better future. We propose the formation of a new galactic council, where all species, regardless of their technological advancement, have an equal voice. Where disputes are settled through diplomacy, not warfare. Where the wonders of the universe are explored and protected by all." As Chen's speech concluded, reactions varied across the galaxy. Some species saw hope in his words, a chance for a more equitable cosmic order. Others saw naivety, a young race unprepared for the harsh realities of galactic politics. But before any response could be formulated, alarms blared across Earth's defense network. Aria's voice, now integrated into global systems, announced with urgency multiple anomalies detected at the edge of the solar system. Energy signatures matched no known technology. On the bridge of the Prometheus, newly repaired and ready for action, Captain Harper watched in stunned silence as massive structures began to materialize around the sun. Each was the size of a small moon, bristling with technology beyond even the Prometheus's capabilities. "By all that's holy," Harper breathed. "What are they?" As if in answer, a transmission cut across all frequencies, in all languages simultaneously. A voice, ancient and powerful, resonated through space itself. "Children of Earth, you have drawn the attention of those long dormant. Your actions have set in motion events beyond your comprehension. The true test of your species begins now. The massive structures pulsed with energy, and suddenly, Earth found itself enveloped in a field of scintillating light. As sensors went haywire and communications faltered, one thing became clear. Humanity's journey among the stars had taken an unexpected turn. The galaxy watched, waited, and wondered. Would this young species, armed with power they barely understood, rise to meet this new challenge? Or would they falter, consigning themselves and perhaps all sentient life to an unknown fate? As the Prometheus prepared to venture into this new reality, Captain Harper stood on the bridge, her crew at the ready. Whatever lay ahead, humanity would face it as they had faced every challenge in their history, with courage, ingenuity, and an indomitable spirit. The next chapter in the cosmic drama was about to unfold, and Earth stood at its center, poised between infinite possibilities and unimaginable perils. The age of humanity had truly begun, and the universe would never be the same.